General elections in Pakistan invariably center around India as an election issue for all political parties. But this time around, media reports seem to suggest that Kashmir surprisingly is a non-issue in the country. Political party manifestos are making minimal references to Kashmir, a state that has often hugely influenced politics of the subcontinent. A review of election manifestos of the three major political parties, Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehree-ke-Insaf and Pakistan People's Party shows the K word is getting very scanty traction. Imran Khan's party, considered more aligned to the army, has strong views on Kashmir. But this time, the party's election manifesto calls for lasting peace in the region and says it will work on a blueprint to resolve the issue. The only references are to finding a solution within the parameters of the United Nations Security Council resolutions. The manifesto also promised to make Pakistan an Islamic welfare state if voted to power.
Well, most of the parties have given anti-India statements, and they use anti-India statements during the elections to rally up their base, to sort of make a case for the nationalist credentials. And this is nothing new, this has happened in the past. What I think is important is what happens post-elections, what kind of combinations emerge, whether you have Mr. Imran Khan working with fringe extremist parties, whether you have two mainstream political parties cobbling up together, or what sort of coalition emerges after the elections and how they approach India.
The hotly contested election is expected to see a runoff between Nawaz Sharif's PML and Imran Khan's PTI. The run-up to the general election has also been marred by accusations that the military is meddling in politics and muzzling the media to help usher Khan's Pakistan Tehree-ke-Insaf into power. Apart from this, the election promises in Pakistan primarily focus on economic growth, jobs, and increased GDP and welfare measures for the people.
Corruption has become a very, very big issue, largely because of the campaign that was run by Imran Khan's party. You know, things like electricity, inflation. I mean, these are issues all across South Asia, just like issues in India. And, you know, people in Pakistan too also want economic development. Security, both terrorism related and related to the situation in Afghanistan, is also a key issue.
Corruption and law and order have always been big issues in the elections. In 2014, the Pakistan Tehree-ke-Insaf party had organized a protest march opposing Nawaz Sharif over claims of systematic election rigging by his party PML-N in the 2013 general election. After this, in 2017, several Islamic organizations in 9 cities of Pakistan had protested against the then PML-N government. More than a dozen people were also killed during the protest. Army, which has always played a major role in the Pakistan elections, has ensured a fair and free election this time, denying it was rigging the poll to tip the scales in favor of former cricketer Imran Khan. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.